So, what do you know about online education? You think it's just sitting in front of the computer and kind of going through a little menu and all by yourself, all isolated? Well, we are going to change your conception right now, and I think you're going to find this very exciting. Gene Edelman is with us this morning. He's the founder of the Mercury Online Academy. It's great to see you.
Great. Nice to meet you, Mark.
Now, I want to tell people a little bit about your background before we get into the Online Academy, because you have an extensive background in education.
Right.
You went to USC.
Correct.
And then 22 years ago, am I getting this right, you started a daycare center?
When my prodigy was about to be born, we started a Prodigy Child Development Center.
So your work in early childhood development started with your own kids.
Correct.
And Child Development Center.
Right.
Now, out of that has grown, how many schools do you have, physical brick-and-mortar schools around the world now?
We have 79 programs in 8 states and 2 countries.
And 2 different countries right now. So those are brick-and-mortar traditional schools.
Correct.
So what made you decide to move into kind of the online area of education?
Sure. Well, online education has been new to me as well, and I really learned from my kids who are interested in this, spend a lot of time on the computer. And so 3 years ago, we started exploring how can we look at what's offered online and make it very real, very practical, something that customized learning for students. And so last year we launched Mercury here in Southern California. It's kind of a little bit coming back home. And it's an incredible program. You're able to customize learning for students. With students studying online, they really are they have an individual instructor. So they can communicate in much real time.
See, now that's the first misconception that you had to clear up for me. I was one of those people that had seen some early online courses. Right. The kids do them like with driver's ed and so forth, which basically you just follow a menu. You answer the question correctly, you move on. You don't, there's a little remediation you have to read.
Right.
You answer it again, and you move on.
Right.
But you say there is a real human being at the other end
right.
for students to talk to.
Yeah, it's really, online education has changed tremendously in the last number of years. So first of all, you have your own teacher who responds to you, and very often a student can ask a question at 6 o'clock in the evening and get an answer by 7. So it's on your schedule. It's very customized because the teacher can follow your progress, knows where you begin with some assessment. And so instead of a teaching lecturing to 20, 25 kids, all at different levels, here you have a teacher who responds to your needs.
Now this is going to be very exciting for folks who have been into home education and homeschooling,
right.
where the parents have had to do the teaching. They
right.
want the children in a controlled environment, you know, in their own home preferably.
Right.
But some folks don't necessarily feel qualified or want to take on the responsibility of teaching.
Right.
So this really fills that huge gap there for folks.
And even more, this is our program offers blended learning. So in addition to the online instruction, we ask students to come in at least 1 day a week so they can do projects with other kids. Project-based learning is so critical. That's what they're going to be exposed to when they go to college.
So there is a brick-and-mortar facility that once a week the kids are required to come into, check in, and work on projects.
Right.
And this also answers the question about interaction. A lot of folks with homeschooling, one of the concerns that they have
right.
is, well, how do we get that interaction with other children for right. normal childhood development? Now, what ages are you working with right now?
All the way from kindergarten through 12th grade. You mentioned about parents need to be involved. I think that's what we've spent 3 years in developing is to make sure that even for younger kids, kindergartners, first graders, it can be very effective. We have terrific programs how to teach kids how to read and write. Foreign languages, you know, it used to be that you had to find a qualified foreign language instructor. Kids can take one of 12 different languages. So when kids get older in high school, advanced placement courses and topics that, you know, in your neighborhood high school, you might not have enough kids to have interest.
That's very true. I saw that in my daughter's school. She goes to a very nice little school. They were offering like Mandarin Chinese,
right.
which I thought, oh, that's fantastic. But if they don't get enough kids to take the program, it's not going to happen.
Here, if you have one student interested in a topic, we can offer the program.
Just one student.
Right.
And if they express an interest, you'll hook them up with the right teacher and make the offer.
Right.
Now, you're a charter school.
Right.
So this means that when you get a diploma from Mercury Online Academy, it's a recognized diploma just like any other brick-and-mortar
Yeah.
public school in California.
Yeah, we're approved by New View School District in Riverside County, and of course approved by State Department of Education. We have accreditation, so you will have as good. Again, we see students take a number of advanced placement courses and going and testing out of some of the college courses. So it's an incredible program for parents, incredible choice. Now families who never thought of online education are now getting really, really excited.
And it sounds very exciting. So folks can go check it out. We've got an 800 number here on the screen, mercuryonlineacademy.com. Gene Edelman, I know you're going to come back and we'll talk very specifically in the future about individual courses and individual courses of study tailor-made for the student.
Great. Thank you for the opportunity.
Great to see you.
All right.
And congratulations on getting the Academy up and running.
Thank you so much.
All right.